If you're landing on this video, then you obviously know who Aaron Doughty is, and I'm already starting off this video with so much fucking excitement because, oh my god, those of you who know, he came to London for a live event. This was the first time he was doing this in Europe. Those of you who don't know Aaron Doughty, you want to go check him out. He's like the best, in my personal humble opinion. The best spiritual teacher that I've ever encountered in my life. He's my soul tribe. Like, I connect with his teachings, his wisdom, his humbleness, like everything about him, right? I've been following him for about 6 years now, and it's always been my goal to like meet him or connect with him or go to one of his events or whatever the thing, right? And I didn't know how it was going to unfold. It was just a thing, you know, the intention was set. And literally in March earlier this year, so if you're watching, whenever you're watching this was like 2025, right? And there's so much I want to just bloody share. Like, you're going to get so much out of this, trust me. If you've been thinking about visiting and you were like, oh, I wanted to get a ticket, but I didn't, and blah, blah, blah. This video is going to hopefully help you recognize how powerful these fucking sessions are in person and how different it actually is to being online, okay? Being online versus being in the present group. And then I actually got live coached by him. I was the first one. My hand went straight up because I'm an action taker. I don't sit on there and think in my ego. I literally just, my soul jumps out of me. I'm just like, boom, my soul's going. So again, I have so much to share. Anyway, let's ground, breathe. That's one thing as well, actually. He kept doing that, and he did that to me as soon as I got up on stage with him, because I think my energy is very, very excited, right? So I'm like a little puppy, and then we have to learn to like regulate the nervous system. And it was just so fucking amazing. Like, I just loved the whole bloody experience. So anyway, let's get into it. Aaron is amazing. Let's talk about him first. He had this whole journey, right? Those of you can go and watch his bloody videos. You'll get the journey. He shares his story almost in most of his videos about his ex-narcissist mom and how he became a spiritual teacher, and how he just went all in on like YouTube and quit his 9-to-5 job with working in Barney's shoe stores and like all of this good stuff, right? And like his journey is absolutely incredible. And I wanted to go to his Sedona event, which he had done in like March this year. I think it was March or April. And the email had come through, and I was like calculating all the flights. And I was like, oh my God, it's going to cost me like literally £1,000 or more to travel there and back, plus the ticket, plus food and accommodation. It would have been about £2,000, right? £2,000. So I was like, that's quite outside of like the budget of what I wanted to spend at that moment in time. So I was like, oh, I wonder if he's ever going to come to London. It was just like I wonder and I hope, right? Fast forward 3 or 4 months in, and then we get another email going, I'm coming to Europe and I'm coming to London live for the first time ever for a 3-day, the SHIFT Experience. I'm bringing it to you. I was like, oh, he's coming to London. I have to go. And it was like 200 spots only, right? I was just like, fuck. I was like, I'm in. It was just like a plain simple. I was like to my soulmate, he's coming here. My only spiritual, and I'm very picky with my spiritual, like who I learn from. I'm very, very selective. I don't just learn from absolutely anyone. It's very particular because they have to match my soul frequency. I'm quite along in my spiritual journey, and I'm very picky. So the fact that it was like him out of all the people, I was like, I have to go. There's no question about it. So obviously the universe delivered me like clients, the cash, all of the good stuff started flowing in the moment I decided, because that's how the universe works too, right? And I like the lead up to the event, there was like the whole Facebook group, all of this stuff, and then we ended up coming into the experience, and he was just like, you know, he brought everybody into the breath work and the ceremony, and I don't want to like give away all the stuff like that happens. I think some of you guys might watch some of it on his YouTube, like he shares a lot of it on there, so you can go and watch it. But what I took away from it is a lot of stuff. Like, I'm an introvert, so I didn't think I'd enjoy the group experience. So if that's you and you're sitting there and you're thinking like, will I like it? Will I not? Trust me, it's going to elevate you in some way, shape or form. It's going to transform you. That's one thing that you will get out of it. Whether you transform in that moment there and then, or you start to notice the effects of it later, that's a guarantee. And I know this is like coming out, like literally this is the next day after the final day, right? I went Friday, today's Monday. So I know it's just literally been like yesterday, but I feel so transformed in my mindset, the way that I breathe through my things, like the way that I feel about myself, like everything shifted. Now, I went up there with my monthly business goal. So I was just like the money ceiling, right? We earn a certain amount in our business and then we feel capped. And it's like, okay, how do I move beyond that? And it was recognizing all of these patterns where I was like, I started this business from my soul. I started this business not even thinking about it as a business. It was just a case of pouring out my passion into an expression online. And in doing that, it's just been allowing me to build this whole business. And I'm just like, oh my God, I've learned all of the business skills that I've needed to. I've guided myself. I've guided so many other people along the way. And now I get to experience all of this good stuff with amazing other entrepreneurs and other spiritual beings who are doing the same thing, right? And it was very, very intense. Like I can tell you now, when you are immersed in like your meditations and you do like your daily practices, like for business, for spiritual entrepreneurship, we do our meditations, we do our daily grounding, we do all of this stuff by ourselves in our own little bubble. And usually we're the 1%. Usually the people who come to work with me are either leaders yourself, you're here to do something impactful. And usually in your own community spaces, you're like the odd one out. You're like the black sheep of the family, or you're the only one doing the thing. And it can be really lonely. So when you're suddenly immersed in like a room full of people who are all doing the same thing as you, they're there to work on themselves. They're there to bring their ego and their shadow and their wounds up. So really look them in the face and fucking heal that shit, right? It takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of courage, first of all. But something powerful that really happened for me that I wasn't expecting was it made you feel like, oh my God, your problems are not even that much of a problem. And you hear all these other people sharing their stories and you realize and recognize that actually you're not alone in this journey. And that can be so powerful in itself. Like recognizing the fact that you're not alone, it can snap you out of that victimhood and feeling sorry for yourself so quickly. And that can be a massive transformational effect, right? When I manifested my soulmate, like about 6 years ago now, that was the shift that I had. Like, it was like, I just had this switch of like, I'm no longer a victim, right? I was just like, I can manifest. And I actually watched one of Aaron Doughty's meditations, and I was rewiring my mind for about 2 weeks before that. And then it literally happened within like 2 days of that, right? Where I manifested my soulmate. We've been together since. It's coming up to our 6-year anniversary soon. So this is the thing, like you just get to decide. Like I decided to go to Aaron's event. I set the intention that I'm going to get the first row seat right in front of him because I have lenses and glasses and I don't want to have to scan and be like, I can't see and not get the most of the experience. I wanted to squeeze every bit of juice that I could, right? And I did. I manifested the seat right in front of him, right in the middle, front center stage, and I'd set the intention I want to be the first one getting hot seat coaching, and I did. And it was the longest session that he spent because he goes very deep, and whether that was intentional or not, that's not my job. Like my job is to trust the universe to deliver the intention that I have set for it if it's meant to be, and then you detach, right? So it was like and that's the one thing that he taught. And it was just, it's bloody amazing. If one of the videos comes up, it might be up there. You can go and check it out on his channel. I'm sure he'll be uploading it at some point. But again, this is just like a quick video on, there was a couple of things that came up about business there as well, which it further cemented that I'm supposed to be teaching spiritual business, right? I'm supposed to be teaching that because there were a couple of questions, and even in the group situation, the conversations I was having, a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs were in this same cycle that I teach like with my clients. And in my world, it's like I don't get to see the massive amounts of people struggling in the spiritual realms of like, oh, do I structure my business like this or not? Do I do discipline or not? Do I structure this way? And there's no answers. It's kind of like you just have to trust yourself. You have to go within. And that's the thing that I guide people to do with very specific strategic ways, right? But again, it was just like all of this info that came to me wouldn't have come to me. And all of this clarity on my mission, which I didn't even set the intention for this particular event, it came through this event. So sometimes it's like you ask the universe for something and you don't even know how the universe is going to bring it to you. And then it just happens like magic if you trust your intuition, right? I could have easily sat there and gone, oh, $297. Do I have that right now? I'm saving up for Christmas and all of this stuff. And it's like, this is my budget for investments right now. And I've invested already in like mentorship already about 10K, like blah, blah, blah. We can make up all these stories in our head. But then if you really trust your soul and everything about abundant energy knows that there is more money coming. There is more clients coming in. There's more of everything coming in if you choose to believe that and if you choose to make that choice. The majority of us just choose to sit in our scarcity, in our lack, and in our disbelief of all of those possibilities. And then that's what we experience as our reality. And we miss out on the most abundant opportunities, the most transformative opportunities that we get to have in this lifetime. So I hope this helped you. If you were thinking about going to the Shift Experience anywhere, whether he comes back to Europe or not, whether he does it in America or not, and you're traveling out there and you're thinking about it, I would highly, 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 highly recommend it. Even if you feel like you've attained a certain level of spirituality like I have, right? I feel like I've healed. Like that's the realization that came from it as well when we were doing breath work. I had tears of gratitude, and most of my journey up until now for the past 5 years, I've healed sexual abuse. I've healed narcissist abuse. I've healed like, all sorts of abuse and healing to the point of there's nothing left to heal in me almost. It's almost like I just get to live my life and stay connected to the divine now. And that's gratitude for that. Like to be at that point in my life where it's no longer dark anymore. It doesn't have to be that darkness. And I know, and I can maneuver through every part of the darkness as soon as it's chucked my way because of it, right? That resiliency, that faith, all of that's been built up to such a high level now. And that awareness came through because of being around so many people who were still going through the healing journey. It allowed me to see the gratitude for that, right? For being in their shoes once upon a time and through moving through it and knowing that every single one of them in that situation will have the capacity and the power to move through it too. It was just beautiful. It was just a fucking beautiful experience. And I would highly, highly recommend it. No matter how introverted you are, no matter how much you think you don't like group experiences and all of this stuff, it will be bloody amazing. So amazing. Aaron's absolutely incredible. I just love him as a spiritual teacher. Like, he does one of the best work like out there in doing it. And he's just so fucking genuine. He's so fucking authentic and genuinely just him. And I am authentic myself. Like, that's my energy. So again, it's just a connection that you step into, right? Yeah, very powerful experience. One of my first of a kind. So yeah, those of you who want his next shift experience, go and check him out if you haven't already. And if you were thinking about it and you didn't go this time, if he's ever back again, highly, highly, highly recommend doing it. Mwah.